So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the analysis and the aftermath or the after effects of what happened in part one of the video, where I described a random encounter, and this was like some guy I did not know, and I tried walking past him and he just took a swing at me, and for no apparent reason, it seems. Like, I didn't give him like any strange looks or anything like that, and he just decided to take a swing at me. And it was very, very odd, very unusual, because at no point in my life in New York City or in Philadelphia has this ever happened. Now, a friend of mine sent me an article today on a possible explanation for this. And so I'm going to show you on screen right now what this article says. It says, Philadelphia police are investigating a series of violent robberies targeting Asian women in the city's northeast neighborhoods during the holiday week. Authorities say the attacks followed a similar pattern and may be connected to a wider trend of organized theft groups targeting Asian communities across the U.S. So yeah, there you have it, the article right there. Now, whether this random encounter was connected to that or not, I don't know. So as you recall, I was carrying this bag right here. I just got out of Target with a couple of boxes of wonderful chocolates here for a baby shower that I'm attending tomorrow. And maybe he wanted to punch me and take my bag. I don't know. Like, I have no idea what that guy was thinking. So like I said in the first part of the video, he was taller than me and definitely much larger. And it was very strange because he had this angry look on his face. And I don't know why he had this angry look on his face towards me, of all people. Like, I'm just like happy-go-lucky walking down the street. And that's it. Like, so weird that this happened. And I'm going to tell you now that in the beginning, like Wednesday night, I kind of laughed off the whole thing, and you'll see I kind of like made the situation feel like more lighthearted than it should have been. It wasn't until the next day, Thursday, that I felt really upset about the whole situation. So upset that I was thinking about that for the entire day, and I was like, what if he had hit me? What if he had connected his fist against my face or my head? I would have been in the hospital. I would have really, really been damaged. And that's not good. Like, the force of his swing was really harsh, really fast. And I was so fortunate that I was able to duck in that moment of craziness. Now, what I showed you in the video, you saw me duck as an example. I likely moved a lot faster than that because adrenaline was pumping through my system, and the moment he took that swing, I immediately ducked and avoided his blow. And I will tell you that this has never happened before. In class situations, like all of my martial arts classes, that's all like, I can't say that it's like real life situations. Like in Aikido class and in Kung Fu class, you're practicing to improve your speed. So the number of attacks that they do in Aikido and in Kung Fu, they're in a controlled environment. So you know who the person is who's trying to attack you. So of course, since you know how that person behaves in class, you could like be prepared for it. So you know that if a certain person is really fast, you're prepared for it. If the person is not that fast, you're still prepared for it. You know how to gauge how strongly that person in class is willing to go when that person's trying to spar you. So you adjust accordingly. In a random encounter in the street, you have no idea what's going on in that person's mind. So for that punch to potentially connect and knock you out is a really, really bad thing, especially from a stranger you don't know. And imagine if I was just knocked out in the street, who's going to call the hospital for me? And so that's why I felt that the following response on my video that I showed was very, very insensitive. I wrote down in my video, I survived a punch from a stranger. So it's true, I survived a punch from a stranger. But this guy said, so you didn't survive a punch, ... you ducked. That's very, very insensitive. Like, so insensitive towards me, towards women in general. Like, that's not cool for you to say something like that, whoever you are. And I responded, seeing a woman beaten up by a man isn't a very nice thing to see. So I'm glad I ducked. So yes, according to whatever his rules are, this guy, the stranger who replied, he probably would have been happier to see me with a big black eye or something like that. I don't know. But really, like, if you can duck to avoid a punch, you have survived that punch. So survival is not just about like being physically assaulted and seeing the damage come from it. Surviving is also knowing how to avoid such a situation. So I'm going to tell you that Wednesday night I didn't feel any pain in my body. Thursday night I didn't feel any pain in my body. Friday night I was like trying to get my mind off of things. I was feeling a little better, so I was taking yoga class and I was feeling better. But then this morning I felt like a whole pain down the right side of my body and on my back, my spine. And it's probably because of the adrenaline rush and quickly moving as fast as I did to duck to avoid the punch. So even though I didn't feel any of this Wednesday night, or Thursday, or even Friday, I felt it this morning. And yeah, the pain is there. And so I can't really twist my body all the way around like I normally can. So you guys know, yeah, I'm the yoga champion right there. So, and right now I can't do that because like there's a sharp pain running up and down the muscles of my right side and the spine in the center of my body. And it's like, it doesn't feel good. So I'll need a little time to heal from that. Plus there's this like PTSD factor, like thinking about this, running this scenario through my head again and again, and wondering like, if this occurred any other way, that split second of timing that occurred, it could have been so much worse. And I really, really admire like people who enter competitions and do MMA and BJJ and stuff like that, because like it's a physical assault over and over and over again. So I don't know how you guys and gals do that in competition, because if I got hit once, I'd be like thinking about it again and again and again in competition. But remember, this is a random stranger, so it's like, at least in competition, you know a little bit about your opponent because you can study tapes and stuff on your opponent. But a random stranger in the street that just wants to punch you in the head is like, you don't know anything about this stranger. And the hope is that you have the skills to be able to avoid whatever physical assault confrontation that you're going to be approached by. So I'm very glad that I got out of this situation unscathed, except for a little mental PTSD. And I hope that if you ever get into the same situation that I had, I hope that you are prepared for the situation and that you learn how to defensively avoid any sorts of attacks like that. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, well I could have blocked the punch and then struck on my own. But remember, you don't know who this person is, right? You don't know who any of these random strangers are in the street. Chances are you're going to meet someone who is not quite in the same like weight category and height category, and so it's going to be more of a challenge than what you've encountered in a class situation, in a martial arts class situation. So what you've learned in martial arts classes may not be readily applicable to the real life situation. So keep that in mind. So that's why it's a good idea when you are practicing your sparring, when you are practicing your martial arts defensive techniques, that you go against people who are of different sizes so that you can have some experience against people of different sizes. So I'm very happy and fortunate, and I keep saying this again and again, that I had some great teachers, and the teachers that I had were much taller than me. And so I was able to, in this case, deal with a situation like that. And so, yeah, I'm very happy about that, very satisfied, and I'm very pleased that I came out of the whole thing unscathed, except for the mental PTSD. But yeah, it could have been so much worse. And I hope that if you ever encounter something like this, that you come away unscathed as well. So yeah, so everybody, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you, bye.